but they're not better about the safety of their fucking players. And so we're
yeah.
seeing it now that I've said, the NFL is about to get shut down. That's my personal opinion. I've talked to other people, including yourself and listeners and shit, that say like, nah, they're not gonna shut it down. Like, they'll maybe lower the games.
That,
and so people heard 15. People heard 15. People hearing 12. Like, so
12 was like the official report.
So what are we doing? Like, and so at this point, like, y'all knew this is already a big deal.
Yeah.
And y'all knew y'all maybe should have solidified it, right? And so when I talk about this conversation, right, where we should have had neutral sites, just make it a neutral site in the division.
Well, that's what I was saying. They don't have to have one place. They can just have one place per region or something.
Just make it a neutral site in certain, and everybody can accommodate to that.
Yeah, that's easy.
And just don't have no fans do it. It's okay. Like, they will be okay. These dudes are fucking millionaires. They make hella money.
I don't think the players are the ones that are concerned about their money. It's the owners.
Oh, well, it has to be because, of course, right, like the Raiders, right, you open this brand new Las Vegas stadium, but you can't have fans.
That's rough.
So how do you make your money?
It's rough.
Now, the cool thing about them, right?
What's more important, though? Like, that's an investment, you know what I mean? Like,
exactly. So this is the cool thing about them, right? Usually, right, the way an investment works is you already have the money to invest in it to make money back.
Yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
So that would mean, like, if you do it,
you should be all right.
You should still be okay. Like, you shouldn't be losing out.
It's true, though.
And being in Vegas, come on. Like, their stadium versus it being somewhere else, they're probably not going to take that huge of a hit. It's Vegas, dude.
Like, they're going to be fine.
What are we talking about? Like, Vegas has money because people go there to gamble on a yearly basis, like, and lose money all the time. Like, that's just what. So they'll be fine. But if you do that shit somewhere else, right? Like Dallas, big ass stadium. Rams, big ass stadium. That looks lovely and it looks nice. But if these fans ain't paying your revenue,
it's tough.
It makes it a little harder, bro. Yeah. And so at the end of the day, then you just have to be safe then.
They should have enough to be able to just eat it, though. Like,
right, because you paid to have that happen.
Well, that and also, like,
I mean,
with like a couple of minor exceptions, a lot of these people have already had their stadiums for a long time, and they've been making all of this money off of it for how long now?
So we should still have money left over.
Yeah, like, now, don't get me wrong, you're going to lose money and it's going to suck.
In a way, but
as long as you do everything right, you're just going to keep making more money next year.
You should already have money to make up for the loss, and then just make more money as Corona progresses, right? And so it's just weird because the NFL should have took this a lot better, and I personally feel like they didn't. And so now, I don't even feel like we're going to get to 12 games. I feel like the NFL season will be canceled, and they're going to have to.
Well, they're definitely not going to cancel it right away. They're definitely going to start with.
It won't be right away.
If anything happens, they'll start with a suspension, and then if players continue to get COVID, at that point, there's a discussion that's going to have to be made. Like, okay, so like players who aren't following protocol, do we just suspend them for the season and then just keep going? Or, like, do we suspend certain teams from being able to participate because they can't follow the rules?
It'll be like the NBA. We're going to have certain places. We're going to have certain places that y'all play at. If you don't want to come play,
then don't.
You get another chance to opt out right now. Because we already have an opt-out list.
Yep.
I think that when all this settles and does, they're going to give another list that says, look.
Another chance.
They're going to be neutral sites. Teams and coaching staffs are getting this. Like, everywhere.
Yeah.
So we have to shut that down. Neutral sites. Do you want to play or no? And then the NFL is going to have to do that. But the NFL should have already known, based on how this happened and how the NBA did it, they should have already did this shit from the jump.
That's what we said.
And so we're going to end up, what's going to happen? It's going to be the same thing. NBA started, break for a long time.
Yep.
Where the playoffs should have been done, the championship should have happened.
True.
And then we waited. The NFL is going to go through the same thing. There's going to be a break. Months are going to go through. Everybody's healthy again. Now we have all our neutral sites founded, and here we go. Let's go again. And the NFL is just going to end up being in somebody else's season, just like NBA was. So we're going to be having the same talk that NFL has lower ratings. And, like, bro, it's only because the shift of what Corona has made this. And so I think that's what's going to happen. People keep saying we're going to hit our 12, 15 games. I personally feel like, we're at game, 5 right now? 6?
Week 6 is coming up.
Bro,
out of 17.
Maybe week 10. Maybe. they're gonna get a grip of it. I feel like it may happen before because we're about half of that.
Well, Tennessee's fucking everything up.
I'm gonna say
right
week
now.
10. I don't feel like Tennessee fucked it up. My initial mess up, bro. I told you.
Well, this
Kansas
is what I told
City,
you,
bro.
Well, like you say, Kansas City.
It was.
That's
though.
bad for the fans, though. But like they could just stop having fans,
but
dude. It's the players.
How do we
that
not know
is a
that
problem.
whatever the fans did, some kind of way that didn't circulate to the players? Like
Kansas
now,
City
nobody
has
on Baltimore, nobody on
City
Kansas City
an
has
open
it.
Stadium.
Nobody on Kansas City or Baltimore has it, right? That we know of. But
I don't believe so.
but
Yeah,
but fans of Kansas City had it.
Yeah.
So then.
but they're concerned about Tennessee because if players have it and they come in contact with other players, like that's when it becomes.
But
a
they
problem.
have.
Not really.
But hold on. But we've also seen other players that got it that was in contact with other players.
Oh yeah, but then those
Right.
other players were
Okay.
confirmed to not get it after the fact. So
Right.
like
So-
that was okay.
so this
but
is
that's
wh-
the scare
this
though. Like
is
you don't
what's
want it to spread like
Crazy
that.
about it. Gilmore got it from New England, right? And then we saw that one play where Gilmore was all over Mahomes.
Well, that was after the game. Yeah, like they met
But-
up after the game and they
but
had
we
like
saw
a,
it
like
though,
a
right?
dap
It's-
up. Yeah.
And then it's like, but
But
so what are we
Patrick
doing?
Mahomes has been proven to not have COVID though. So
Right.
that's
So
cool.
does that mean like do we allow players to have COVID then and play the game?
Well, they
Because-
didn't know he had COVID until after.
So that's what I'm saying. Does the league take the initiative to we'll let players play with it because they can't
No, they
necessarily
wouldn't
get
do
other
that.
players?
No, they wouldn't do that.
Why not? Because
You're risking the entire season. By
so
doing that.
what was the point of showing Gilmore holding Mahomes? What was the point? The
Well,
point was saying Gilmore had it, but
the
Mahomes
NFL
didn't get it.
didn't make that report. It came out. Like,
Well, so what I'm saying is, it's like a scapegoat of saying like, we can still maybe push this season and we'll be okay. They're going to mess up, bro. I've called it from
with
the
the
beginning
Florida
of the
governor allowing all the stadiums to have full capacity, like that's a big deal. And like I said, the NFL organization, like they have their own rules. So
season. I already told you, bro.
yeah,
They're gonna have to shield down, or this shit gonna be shut down. I'm still gonna call it right now. My personal opinion is the NFL season will get shut down well before 12 games, which people are saying it's going to be 12 or 15 games. It's going to be shut down well before that, and they're going to have to implement like some weird NBA bubble, but NFL
right.
something,
Yeah,
which they should have done from the jump. And I told you this weeks ago. Like
Yeah.
they should have just came out and did it almost kind of the same way, and they didn't. And now here you go.
yeah.
Teams and players are just, but from everywhere though. Like it's weird, right? We're seeing players from one team and then players from like this team, then players from that team, and then like
Well, COVID's a worldwide thing.
right. So
Yeah.
so why not? Why they have not been more careful with it? It's just
I think. Well,
it's beyond me.
Shit,
It's
that's
beyond
tough.
me.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's just so weird. Like why would you not be? Because y'all trying to make y'all money, and so y'all gonna end up losing more
Well,
money
you
trying to
gotta
make
consider too, like it could be weird, like one of them has like their wife or something, or like a girlfriend, and then like that person like just goes and meets somebody, and then like they get sick, and then the player gets it from like
Right.
their honey or something.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Oh,
So
right. Like,
it's not
oh.
necessarily players being irresponsible. Now I'm sure there's plenty of that going on, but
money. Right.
that's not necessarily the only way people are getting it. You know?
But again, like we talked about, like my boy Stafford, right? Who they said had it like 2 or 3 fucking times and never had it. But he was around
Yeah,
his
the
wife,
false positives.
and he was around, and so all these other people do all this extra stuff, dude. And like, what are we doing, bro? He didn't even have it,
Yeah.
you know. And that's him not playing games for his team, who's garbage anyway.
Well, he
with
wasn't.
Patricia.
No, his
Like-
his eligibility was never impacted by his positive status. That happened in the preseason. Or
Well,
in the
his
offseason.
eligibility was about to be impacted, but then it came out that
right,
they were
yeah,
lying.
right.
So,
But they haven't had any false positive issues like since the season started, though.
well, they haven't had one no more because how could you? If you fuck up that bad with Stafford, like what? There's bro, y'all are tripping. So
Yeah.
y'all are just saying that people have it and they don't.
Well, I mean, they got to go by the tests, and if like
Right.
the test is wrong, I mean, that's not
but
really
that
their
many
fault,
tests came
you
up
know?
wrong. Like,
Well, right,
come
yeah.
on, bro. Like, then it makes it weird because then his wife has to get tested and she can't go to work, right? Because he
Right.
has it. Then the people that they chilled with, right, the weekend before, right,
That's true.
they can't go to work because then so the people they also chilled with, bro, the pool starts to become huge
Yep.
when you start thinking about it that
It's
way. And
true.
so. Like, what are we doing, guys? Like, keep it honest, keep it real. And so they didn't, right? So they had all these false positives, and then now all these players are starting to fucking get it. So, like, bro, just relax, bring it in. Neutral sites in every division. Just make somebody a neutral site in the division. And it doesn't matter. Just travel. It doesn't matter. and do it that way.
Yeah.
Or else y'all are going to shut down this whole fucking NFL season, and then all we're going to be looking forward to is fucking XFL, which will still pop off.